hello, 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 hello. I am back, yes. For some reason, it's just a lot to talk about this week. And catch me if I'm wrong. Kisses to all of you. Listen, I did a video on how Meghan wasn't a royal. Please do not, those of you that think she is a royal, don't get offended by that. That's just my personal opinion. I know she's royalty by marriage, but not over here in the United States. That's all I'm trying to say about that. So kisses to all of you. I love each and every one of you. I love your comments and everything, and know that each and every one of you are a part of my station, and I respect your opinion fully. If I didn't, I wouldn't talk about it. So let's go ahead and get started. Kisses to all of you. Don't forget to hit don't forget to hit like, share, and comment, please. And I really want to emphasize this. I don't want to offend any of my subscribers, because I love and care about each and every one of you. And don't ever take what I say or whatever, it's just my opinion. That's it. Just my opinion. And I like the back and forth. I like the no and yes, and I think this and I think that. And some of you have opened up my eyes to a lot of things. When I say wow, sometimes I'll be like, wow, OMG. That means I didn't know. And it's interesting that you guys give me things that I don't know. So I really hope that you know that I do appreciate you. Okay, now I was listening to Kinsley Schofield. It came across my screen really fast, so I'm getting it from pretty quickly. So Kinsley Schofield's having a conversation, and they're talking about how Meghan is the reason why, Harry is the reason why Meghan can't get her brand off the ground, and it's because of his relationship with his own royal family. And I don't know who started that rumor, who started that conversation, but Meghan's brand is the royal family. Meghan's brand is the Duchess. Meghan's brand is them. She doesn't have her own individual brand. And if she was going to get her brand started, she would have did it before Harry came along. And she would not have needed his status to become something greater. Or as if, check this out, as if it's when she was a D-lister waiting to bust out as this brand ambassador person that she has, all this wonderful talent secretly that we didn't know about before Harry. And now she's got this opportunity to show us all her talents and how wonderful she is. And the verdict is out. She doesn't have any of those. And it's not the reason is not her husband. The reason why she's looked at and even given an opportunity for us to even explore what talents she have is the fact that she married into a royal family. Is because she has Prince Harry. He is the brand, like one of my subscribers said. Without him, she is nothing. Without him, she couldn't do half the things that she's doing. Without him, Oprah wouldn't have called Meghan. And she knows that. No one would have. No one would be talking about her. Wendy Williams wouldn't have had a whole conversation about Meghan if she didn't become famous after she married her husband. No, Meghan wants to kick her husband to the side and stop all of the attention that the real royals are getting and all the attention that her husband gets from being a royal. But there's nothing that she will ever be able to do to suppress his popularity or our curiosity about him being a royal and coming from this prestigious home. Let's get it straight. Harry will always be royalty. Meghan will always be a wannabe. Because you can't tell me that after you got married, you're instantly a royal just because of marriage. No, you are borrowed. You are accidentally in the family for whatever reason, be by marriage, but not by real royal blood. That makes a difference. But we were going to accept you as one of our own, regardless if you were blood or not, because of who you married. And we accepted you as one of our own. But as you can see, you are not of our stock. Because if you were, you wouldn't treat us the way that you do. You wouldn't betray us, you wouldn't trash us, and you wouldn't be jealous and envy. And you wouldn't be using one of ours to turn against us for your own personal branding, gain, shenanigans. Let's get started. Now, this is a video about Maghen still becoming, and how Harry is standing in her way. It amazes me how the story has changed to the salt and pepper. From Harry and Maghen to salt and pepper to now he is the cause of her not being able to brand herself. That is the most ridiculous thing. I was eating, I cooked lunch or breakfast, whatever you want to call it, for the fam. Meaning family, for the fam. And I overheard that, and I said to myself, now that is some crapola, and that's that stupid stuff, and I got to get on here and tell my subscribers I done heard something stupid, and they need to hear it too. I'm not going to be the only one subjective to these two shenanigans. How in the hell, and guess who's saying it, Kinsley? Sometimes I believe that she's drinking the same Kool-Aid Maghen is drinking. How in the hell? But she didn't say they. They think so. Who is they? Maghen and her camp? Maghen, WME, and Maghen has convinced them. This is what I believe. I believe Maghen has went over there lying to WME and has said that the royal family is out to get her. And WME told her to leave them alone and stop attacking them. And she said, it's not me, it's Harry. It's Harry doing all the talking. Because that's what she do. She blame. It's not her fault. But I don't remember them getting together. And so whatever goes wrong, she blames it on her husband. It's not her fault. She has nothing to do with it. This is all Harry's. Harry is the reason why her brand won't get off the ground. Now it's his fault. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Sussex Squad was over there saying that. Is that where you got that information from, Kinsley? The Sussex Squad is trying to say that listen to this. The Sussex Squad. Harry is Sussex. He's the reason why y'all are a squad. Without Harry, Maghen don't exist. That's that stupid stuff. They over there praising Maghen, dissing his family, and halfway trashing him at the same time. Because if you diss my family, you're dissing me. And then he over there, they allowing it to happen. Maghen's friends, Maghen's squad. Quit calling it the Sussex Squad and name it something else, because that's what makes it disgusting. Because if you ask the people in the Sussex, they would say, go to hell. I know I've had a dirty mouth these last couple of days. Pray for me. Get out of here. Now it is here's the new headline. It's Harry's fault that Maghen can't succeed. It's Meghan's family's fault. Remember I told you, just got through talking about the door and how it's not Meghan's fault. We'll change it to something else. Maghen took this lipstick, but she didn't. It wasn't her fault because the queen gave it to her and she thought the queen had bought it. So she walked out the store, and now the queen needs to clear her name. Because it was the queen's lipstick in the beginning. Just like that was Elizabeth's father that she was writing to. Now it's Harry's fault because Harry wanted to come over here and start branding her. Now it's his fault that her freaking brand is in the toilet. Not her fault. Not of her own doing. Not of her own creation. Says the last video. The blame of it all just keeps running through her veins. Now it's your husband's fault. If it wasn't for your husband, you wouldn't be at no Navy facility opening up. What do you think they're going to do? Call up the D list? Maghen, we want Maghen. This is before Harry. We want you to come over here and cut the ribbon. We don't know who this ribbon cutting person is. Oh, but we know this ribbon cut because of her husband. People want to talk to her husband. People want to talk about the royals. We, Americans, want to know about Harry. We've seen what Meghan can do, and we're done with that. We've seen her actions. We know what she's about. Look, she's had plenty of time to prove to us that she is more than a con artist. But she has not been able to prove that. And so since she can't prove that she's nothing other than a con artist, she's going to blame Harry for her demise. It's Harry's fault. Listen to it. I'll let you listen to it. Okay, here it is. Let's get... Oh, I've had you guys on... Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I really thought I had put you guys on mute, and I didn't. And so there's going to be a long pause, but you hear them in the background. I'm so sorry. I am not going to delete this video and start it over because there is no way I'll be able to duplicate what I just said. Sometimes it comes and it goes. So sorry about the pause. I don't know what I was doing. Here we go.
Would have been in.
100%, exactly. Nice segue. That's it.
It's
That's
true.
it.
She would have been
Just trying to get
one of those
a good
terrible
segment.
afternoon Christmas movies, which I absolutely love. And apparently, Prince Harry doesn't want her going back into the movies.
Talking about Meghan.
No, that's not what this is. I don't think we know what Prince Harry wants.
I don't think Prince Harry knows what Prince Harry wants.
I was going to say, I think we know he wants a blunt for Christmas. That's
probably
on the agenda. But this is coming from Richard Kay, who was very dear friends with Princess Diana. Remember the scandal when there were photographs of Princess Diana taken getting into Richard Kay's car when she was telling everybody she wasn't talking to the media? This is Richard Kay talking to Palace Confidential. And he says that he believes that Prince Harry is the one that's standing in the way of Meghan Markle's career because of all the drama that surrounds him, because people are so obsessed with the Royal Rebels storyline and what's going on between him and his family, and it's harder for Meghan to launch her new career with that kind of chaos.
Let me pause it. How is Harry standing in the way of Meghan's career? When did everything start becoming about Meghan and Meghan's career? Come on, guys. Because, you know, all I usually talk about is Meghan's brand. Her brand. Branding. And the main reason she came over here, that's it. The main reason she came back with Harry was to brand, to start her career. When did it all begin to be all about Meghan and her career? I know. I'm just asking some of you. I'm putting that in your head. When did it all begin and all start being about Meghan's career? Not her kids, not her husband, not about the Commonwealth, not about the family she married into, not about her family, but all about Meghan's career and how Harry is now hindering that. How does Harry hindering her, this stupidness? If anything, he's got her hanging on this long. He's the only reason she is still relevant. And even when they get a divorce, it would be even worse for her popularity, because people are trying to see Harry. And for anyone to think that he is the reason, the problem in her way, standing in her, listen to this, standing in her way of her career. Well, if she was still wanting to, if people are standing in the way of her career, then why didn't she keep pursuing that? Why did she marry a prince and then have kids if she was still focusing on her career and her endeavors? In other words, I'm going to stop being concerned about my husband. Not that she can't do it all, but when did it become the focus of all things? Because that's where we're at. Now, Harry is a hindrance to her brand. In other words, Meghan, you need to get rid of Harry and you might become. I believe she believes that. And I do believe that she knows that without him, she is nothing. But she's trying to get us to see, don't look at him, look at me. He's the problem, I'm the winner. Pushing him and telling him where to stand and what to say and how to say it.
For Meghan to launch her new career with that.
To launch Meghan's new career. Meghan's career has taken precedence over everything royal. I say that everything is taken over everything. It's all about, listen, Catherine and William, it's all about Meghan's career. And you guys are over there hindering it by doing good, by taking care of your country, by people loving on you, by you being powerful. You're hindering her career. This is that stupid stuff.
For Meghan to launch her new career with that kind of chaos surrounding the couple.
Now it's chaos. The royal family and what, and I know I'm finna say it. Harry and his family are chaotic. They're the problem. Look how they're the problem now. Check it out. It's the reason why Meghan can't get her career, or this said. People believe this. The reason why Meghan can't get her career off the ground is because of her husband and his relationship with his family and the royal rift that keeps going on between them. As if she had nothing in the world to do with the disaster, with the rift. Didn't she start it? Didn't she create it? Isn't she continually adding oil and gas to the fire to keep it flaming? But he's the problem? I'm going to say it again. Harry and his family's rift and drama, I know what she's trying to say, is the reason why it can't get off the ground, her career. She's the cause of that rift. No, and so the conversation shouldn't be that. It should go like Meghan and Harry, Meghan's brand, Meghan's career. She's 50 years old, running around talking about she wants to star in a Hollywood movie. She wants to, that stupid stuff. But the reason why Meghan's career, because it's all about her career, is not getting off the ground is because of Harry and his family's issues. Not that she had anything to do with it, but it's their fault that Meghan's brand won't get off the ground. That's a lot to swallow, because she got on the Oprah show. She set the tone. She came out and said, now, and I knew it was going to be the end of her. And I said to myself, you will regret doing that. Even if you try never to regret it, you will regret it. It will come back and bite you in your butt, because it will be a constant reminder of why you have failed. You can't go around calling the family racist and lying and think that you're going to brand yourself and then start blaming others for your demise. It's Spotify's fault because Meghan didn't have because they made this big studio for her and she couldn't get enough content. It is Spotify's fault. It's not that they're a grifter. Effing grifters. It has nothing to do with them being grifters. It has nothing to do with them sitting on the side of the beach with their cocktails talking about, I ain't doing nothing but add my millions over there. They just went to an event that they didn't do nothing to and just showed up and thought that their presence alone should warrant them $100,000. They give nothing to the community. They give nothing to mental health. They give nothing to the veterans, but a whole bunch of hoopla. And the only thing Meghan is trying to do is to build her brand. And Kinsley seems to think that they should have been doing this charity work all along because that makes them look good. That's that stupid stuff, Kinsley. because doing charity and pretending that you care does not make them better people. That see, she's feeding into this Hollywood, this Hollywood, Hollywood stigma that if you do charity work and if you just be good and kind to people, people forget and will just move on, and it's okay. No, it doesn't make it okay for them to do the disgusting, hypocritical, crazy stuff that they do, and then we supposed to say okay because she went and showed up at a Navy base facility to cut a ribbon or to look at someone do it. And she hugged that black lady too. She did do that. But running from kids with Down syndrome, she did do that. She did do that. But Catherine gets down on her knees. And Meghan's that fake royal. No, Kinsley.
And I think that's a really good point. I think
that's not a good point. And this is where I disagree with her. She agrees with what he said. How does that make any sense? I'm sorry, I have missed it. How? And maybe she's right in the sense that the royal rift, that it's not just with Harry. You can't separate Harry from Meghan at this particular juncture. They are both in the same category. They are the causes of the rift. It's here. You can't separate Meghan from the rift because she's part of it. She started it. She's the ringleader. She is the corporate behind the rift. They won't let him in the house until he can get through. Listen, they got to search them for wires. That's how bad it is. But Harry's family is the one that is actually the reason why her brand can't get off the ground. Her career, the nerve of career to come out so easily. Because according to the Oprah show, Meghan wasn't doing this for herself. What sense does that make? Well, Kinsley Schofield is repeating it to everyone, Meghan, that your brand is going down because of your husband's strife with his family. In other words, you might need to divorce him. It's that stupid stuff, y'all.
Believes that Prince I'm
gonna rewind it. I want her to say it again.
To the media. This is Richard Kay talking to Palace Confidential, and he says that he believes that Prince Harry is the one that's standing in the way of Meghan Markle's career because of all the drama that surrounds him. Because people are so obsessed with the Royal Rebels storyline and what's going on between him and his family, and it's harder for Meghan to launch her new career with that kind of chaos surrounding the couple. And I think that's a really good point. I think that we all are so fixated on Harry and his family members that it sabotages anything Meghan wants to launch in the future.
I don't get that. It sabotages anything that Meghan wants to launch in the future? That does not make sense to me, and maybe it does, and people are looking at it in a different lens. But I don't see how the royals are sabotaging Meghan. When they continue to be silent and don't say nothing to these two, they are their own. Now, here we go again, Kinsley, blaming the royals for Meghan and Harry's demise. It's the royals' fault because Meghan can't get her career off the ground. And she believes that and thinks that since there's this big rift and they can't, that we're so fascinated by the rift that, that she can't launch her career. If you're talented, you're talented. If you got it going on, you got it going on. And she doesn't have it going on. The only thing she had going for her was the D-list acting scenes that she did. She's good at that. She's not good at being an A-lister. She's good at being a D-lister. And so anything else that she tries to manipulate, it's going to fail because she's not that particular talented. It has nothing to do. Do you think that Cardi B coming out with her song that people are gonna care? That if it's good enough, people will still listen and bop their head to it and buy it or whatever, and not be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy that because well, I would. I'm that person." But for most, if you love something and something has talent, you gravitate to it regardless. You tend to put up with more. They have nothing to offer. And so what is she gonna launch? Off the backs of others? What, wear a Dior suit and then, oh, I'm looking good in it, but she didn't make it. She didn't stitch it and sew it. No, what brand? What, she's gonna brand off of somebody else's brand? I heard something about Kim Kardashian and Skims. I said, oh, okay, she gonna put that on and bounce around and look stupid in that? Can you see, listen, can you see Maghen in some Skims talking about the Duchess Skims or something stupid like that? She has nothing to give.
Wants to launch in the future.
I mean,
and I think that's a really
I want you guys to hear it one more time.
And what's going on between him and his family.
This is, I'm sorry, and this was the bit that I wanted you to hear, that I had this long pause, so I do apologize. This is what I really wanted you. This is what made me stop what I was doing and get back on.
This is Richard K. talking to Palace Confidential.
This comment right
and
here.
He says that he believes that Prince Harry is the one that's standing in the way of Meghan Markle's career because of all the drama that
he thinks that he is standing in the way of Meghan's career. When did it, again, I start from the beginning. When did it become all about Meghan and her career? Private life, all this stuff has come down to Meghan and her brand at the end of this rainbow. You're gonna see Meghan and her brand and Oprah in that video. Those are the two things that I focus on this channel, because those are the two. The main thing is Meghan has always wanted to be over here to brand herself. Okay? And I forgot the second thing. The second thing was how she trashed it, how she ruined it, which was the Oprah show. That's what I meant to say.
All the drama that surrounds him, because people are so obsessed with the Royal Rebels storyline and what's going on between...
What royal rebel? No, I'm not obsessed. Listen, I think it's wrong and disgusting what she did, and I'm still shocked behind it and still can't believe it, and probably still need to go sit on the couch and talk to somebody and try to figure out how one idiot gave up the Duchess, gave up the HRHs, gave up the Princess, gave up a lot of more titles that she could have been, to come over here and be branded, only to blame her in-laws for her demise. If it was a sure thing and you got it going on and you and Harry know exactly what you're doing, you can't blame anyone else for you not making and being some type of influencer. Only yourselves. Only yourselves. Start taking some accountability and stop giving them passes, people. Stop making up excuses. Those are excuses and reasons why you failed. No, it's you.
Storyline and what's going on between him and his family, and it's harder for Meghan to launch her new career with that kind of chaos surrounding the couple.
Oh, and you didn't think that would have been an issue when you was on the Oprah show trying to show us your love story all at the same time, and the love story got lost? I was like, love? There's no love there.
And I think that's a really good point. I think that we all are so fixated on Harry and his family members that it sabotages anything.
Oh, okay. So we are so fixated on the whole. No, they are. And so that sabotages them. That sabotages their brand. What brand? If they had anything to show, we would look and see. And since then, there hasn't been. So you can't blame non-talent on that. You can't blame the royal family for allowing them to do exactly what they said that they wanted to do. How did the royal family fight them or try to stop them? Come on. Did the king say no? They asked them to stay and told them to give it a year to see if they would come back. They even gave these idiots a year. We're just going to hold your HRHs now. They are in a vault under other. You are no longer a princess. You are no longer royalty. You are now back to the D-lister that you was and trying to climb to the top by all means necessary. And you have nothing to climb to. Sorry.
Harry and his family members that it sabotages anything Meghan wants to launch in the future.
I mean, so are
The
you
blame
saying that
of
she
it
has
all.
somewhat the kiss of death in the eyes of movie producers when it comes to, or TV producers when it comes to something that they might want to cast her in? They think actually all of the drama around it, it'll probably be slated whether it's any good or not.
I think it's everything when it comes to. I think when Richard Kay says her Hollywood career, it means relaunching the TIG. It means becoming the face of Dior. It's
relaunching. No, say it like it is. It means going back to being a D-list. Going back to something that's familiar because that's all you're good at. And that maybe you shouldn't have left it in the first place for your boo. Oh, now we can launch it on a bigger scale. No, I don't see her even reaching 1 million. And you know, if she does, it will be those news people being nosy. I won't be a member. Relaunch. Go back to. I failed at everything else. And so why would you want to go back? If you never wanted to leave it, then you should have never left. But you needed to so you could become famous overnight. So you can start begging the CEO of Disney for parts. And having your husband do it on your behalf. And Harry, you just don't. You are clueless. He's clueless.
Generalized entertainment business, not necessarily being an actress or not, because remember William Morris Endeavor told us that she was not going to pursue acting, but they were going to pursue brand deals for her. I think brands look at hair.
So they're going to do brand deals, which means she is not originating anything. She's going to use other people's whatever they created and then merch off of them and tell them, look, I researched this and that stupid stuff. Let me tell you what she is. She's one of those people at the grocery store where they set up a booth and then they have all these products and then the product's like, oh, try this milk. This milk is more richer. Why don't you taste it? And so she's in there tasting it and then she's going to run back to us and tell us how it tasted. They have people out there to do that, Maghen. And I'm not getting any advice from you. Look, maybe Olympic is doing good. My mom is on Olympic. I didn't even know that. But hers is really monitored. Like she has to go to the doctor and they, it's real involved. Hers is involved because she had health issues. But my mom is doing great. And she is losing. I'm like, Mom, you're going to shrivel away. I said, that's that same stuff Maghen over there taking and trying to pretend like, no, I'm not going to say that because I don't know. Let's continue.
To pursue brand deals for her. I think brands look at Harry and Meghan and go, gosh, they're chaotic. They are kind of destructive.
No, they can use me because I don't have a brand. Yeah. I wouldn't, listen, I would use them, but I wouldn't give them, now you can probably afford them because they're, you might be able to afford Harry and Meghan now because they're not in the millions anymore. And if your brand just need a little umph and it gives her a little umph, so be it. There you go.
Everything that they do is
but
kind of
now,
unexpected.
No, I'm not up here.
Unable to.
Okay, hold on. I'm on my husband's phone.
expecting.
he has
They're
commercials.
unable to control them. And I think that is hindering whatever is next for Meghan.
But also, if you are a brand, especially the issue is the kinds of brands that Harry and Meghan will want to involve themselves with will be, as you say, the Dior, will be those really, really high-end brands, because that's what they feel they are
Worth.
That is what they feel is their prestige. And the issue that you've got is a lot of those high-end brands know if we book Harry and Meghan to do something for us, to be one of our ambassadors, to model some Dior or whatever else, that's it. We've lost our connection.
Yeah, you lost your
loyalty.
stock. Your stock is going
it's
down.
Very, very doubtful that Kate will then wear something Dior, the Princess of Wales.
Again.
It's very unlikely that we
ever
will be able to have any association with actual royalty going forward. So I wonder whether Harry and Meghan have somewhat snookered themselves, because then the actual brand...
That's that stupid stuff. They thought their brand was bigger than the royals. Meghan wants her brand to be bigger than the royals. That's why she's so jealous of them. It'll never be.
that probably would work with them are kind of Target or Chick-fil-A. Or those sorts of brands are the ones that actually they're going to probably be able to get, because there's no royal connection there. Those really prestigious brands, they're not going to annoy the British royal family.
Thank you, subscribe.
Right,
Do you think that that's a fair comment?
We didn't see any clothing companies come out and say we're so proud that Prince Harry wore our clothing to the Invictus Games. But we did see Dior come out and say we're so proud Prince Harry wore our suit to King Charles's coronation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Prince Harry alone does not.
I know exactly what you're saying. You're saying that the royals are popular. We want to know more and more about them. And we will eventually forgive Harry. When that little guy was in the parking lot praising Harry, oh, there's the prince, there's Prince Harry. My mom is talking to Prince Harry. I can't believe this is so exciting. He never mentioned his wife, did he? And see, I wouldn't care, but that bruises Meghan's ego because she thinks that she's the brand. She keeps forgetting that her husband is the brand. And so while people are trying to skadoodle him out, if you skadoodle him out, then we're out. We don't care. Meghan is, what is it about her? What, her hair swept to the side? That outfit she had on? What? It's confusing. Let's see what else he has.
Alone
shut it down.
Does not have the
Thank you
power
for the
that
candy.
he has when he's associated with his family members. Dior did come out and say that they were proud that Harry wore one of their suits to Charles's coronation. No one came out and said, hey, Harry's wearing our clothing during the Invictus Games, or when he was in San Diego this week, standing outside of the new gym that they built for service members and veterans. Nobody said, hey, that outfit is Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, no, I understand, because it's got to have that royal connection in order for those big brands to want to associate with them, because that is, they're never going to say anything that is going to upset the royals.
They're the brand.
They're the big ticket, that's the prestige, whereas Harry and Meghan don't have that prestige. And Harry and Meghan, I think, need to realise that if they want to do brand deals, great, you can do them, but it's going to be Target. You know, it's going to be Walmart.
It's going to be
those
Letitia.
sorts of brands.
Telling them how she
I
sees
love
it.
Target.
I do.
Well, it'll be great, perfect. Well, then Meghan can become the face of
Tinsley.
Target. Meghan can become the face of
Aisle 5.
Asda over here, or
Maybelline.
Morrison's over here.
I like
That's
Maybelline.
going to be absolutely great
I use
for them.
Maybelline.
But
Just to your point, I believe it was Closer Magazine. It was either Closer or OK Magazine. But someone did within the last week a story about how Hollywood has sided with the Wales family, and Harry and Meghan had no idea how powerful Prince William and Kate, the Princess of Wales, were, and that phone calls have been made on your side of the pond.
Let's get that straight. Were. They didn't realize how popular they are. I don't know how the hell she got it confused and thought that she was the it person. She was at one moment. Okay, I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock with her entitlement, thinking that it blows it. She will never know, because as she continues to attack them, Meghan will never get the understanding. She will never understand, and she will always envy and hate them. I see it. I see the hatred, the vitriol. It's alarming.
On your side of the pond, by Hollywood heavyweights saying, just so you know, we're Team Kate and Wills, and that Harry and Meghan really did not understand how much power William and Catherine had as the heir. And, you know, the new potential queen one day, and that they are really
Catherine
defeated, feeling very defeated over that, because they're feeling that with all of the no's they're getting here in the States, that people are continuing to side with the royal family.
Well, you can't write a book trashing your brother and then expect the brands that you want to work with to say, yeah, we're going to be Team Harry, because essentially then those brands are saying, yep, see you later, future king, 2 fingers up to you, William, sorry about that.
Well, this is celebrities. I mean, I agree with you on the brands, but these are the celebrities in Hollywood that are making these calls to William and Catherine and William and Catherine's team and saying, yeah, if you need me to be in an event to represent your charities, if you need this, like Angela who was it that I saw him walk down the carpet at Earthshot with? I just spaced on her name. It was definitely not Angela Bassett. But you know, the people that are showing up for Earthshot, just some of these celebrities are picking up the phone saying, I choose you. And it's, been pretty defeating for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Yeah, totally. I mean, how many times can you fall back on Serena Williams?
None.
Well, who did not invite Meghan to her baby shower, so...
that connection is soon gone. Oprah would have turned up. I mean, Oprah being at their wedding is the most hilarious thing, my favourite thing in the world, bearing in mind she never actually met them. So Oprah was invited over Meghan's whole actual family. It's brilliant. And do you think that is what you would call the Prince and Princesses of Wales' ultimate revenge on Harry and Meghan?
I don't think that they think of them as revenge. I don't. And I don't think that they're celebrating in Meghan and Harry's demise. I don't. I just think that they see it. And then when you see it, you start feeling sorry for that person. But then when they continue to attack you, you start to light up a little bit. And I'm sure if I was going to bed, if I was Catherine, that's what the tramp get. But there's still love for Harry. They know he's lost in some type of cult-like situation. And he's not there. And until he come from this brainwashed situation that he's in, this is his life, unfortunately. Dictated and poppied up and whatever. But I just don't think that they're sitting around saying, ha, 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 ha. I do believe that they're enjoying their spotlight. And you can't help but to think that they're like, every time they open their mouth, we get bigger and better. And when Obi Scobie come out with his book, it's going to do something. It's going to hurt her. It's going to hurt her because everybody knows where it's going to come from. It's going to hurt all 3 of them because they have been warned to shut up. They have. WME told them to shut up. But Meghan can't. She's obsessed with the royal family, not her own family.
Of Wales' ultimate revenge on
The one she
Harry
thinks
and
she
Meghan.
can get something out of. The one she's competing with.
Well, this is actually a different story. They're just kicking butt over here.
Yeah.
This is about how the Prince and Princess of Wales have strengthened despite Harry and Meghan's attacks here in the States. The Cut magazine, Spare, the Netflix docuseries, the Oprah interview. It's had a complete opposite effect on the Wales brand.
What?
And somehow those
Did she say what I think she said? Opposite. That's a word I haven't used. It's giving Wills the opposite effect. If you look at it now, William looks like he's junior king and junior queen. And I love how Charles is allowing his son to just kick it, to just eat it up. And I know it hurts Montecito, because no matter what fake outing that they go on and pretend that they are really, it's fake. It's so fake. It lacks substance. And when I say substance, it lacks all the beauty, the all the things that comes with being a royal. The people standing out there waving and coming to see you, even if it's just for a moment, no one cared. And it's not like that guy that was trying to run up and see Harry was alerted and he was standing out there for days to see him. No, his mom just happened to meet him and he was shocked and surprised. Oh, there's Harry, by the way. Didn't even mention his the one that needs to be branding. He should have been saying, hi, there's Meghan. She's got her new career and her new brand. No. Harry will always have the brand.
And somehow those attacks have strengthened William and Kate's position here in the States. Harry and Meghan are seeing that, and it's crushing them. It's very, very frustrating to them because, you know, when you think about Omid Scobie's book that's coming out within the next few weeks, aside from Obid's objective, which is cash money, there's another objective there, and that's to hurt the reputation of the British royal family.
To hurt. Obi Scobie. This is interesting, Kinsley. The first half of this conversation, you was talking about how Meghan, how the royal family's drama was going to hurt Meghan's freaking brand. How the royals, the real ones, Harry and his family are destroying Meghan's career because all the strife. Now, flip it forward, and she tells us that Obi Scobie, Meghan's best friend and confidant, the one that she helped wrote Finding Freedom, is about to come out with a book to talk and trash them again. And whose fault is that? Oh, it's not Obi Scobie's fault. It's not Meghan's fault. It's not Harry's fault. It's not the royal family's fault. Whose fault is it? Or is it everybody else's fault? Let's take that approach. It's not Meghan's fault. It's Harry's fault, because that's Harry's friend. And he's saying all this stuff, giving them the information. Meghan's just trying to get her brand off the ground. I know there was something else I wanted to say, but the main part I'm trying to say is fast forward it. And whose fault is it now? It is Meghan's fault and Harry's fault. They know this idiot. They're going to allow him to speak and say stuff, and it's going to hurt. Yes, They are going to feel betrayed and they're going to hurt again. But they are getting comfortable with Harry and Meghan's attacks because there's only so much they can do. But whose fault is it that her brand or her career keeps falling into the toilet? Is it still the royals' fault? Is it Obi Scobie's fault? Is it Meghan's fault? Pick and tell me, guys, whose fault is it that people keep getting hurt because of these two? The Queen got hurt, Philip got hurt, Charles got hurt, Catherine got hurt, and they continue. He got a whole chapter in there about Elizabeth. That should piss a lot of people off. It should piss Harry off. Why is he okay with them continue to talk about his family in such a derogatory way that would bring them down? I guess it's time. Meghan hasn't said anything in a while, and I guess it's time for her to start trashing. She then came out with a statement talking about how they didn't say that, and they had a rough time in Kenya. That's why they trying to hide stories. She tries to hide stories,
and that's to hurt the reputation of the British royal family. That's to hurt the reputation of Prince William and Catherine, the Princess of Wales. And it's got, I guess I should say the word allegedly, but based on prior experience, it's got Harry and Meghan's fingerprints all over it.
Oh, really? But it was the royals' fault that this is kicker. I wish I could rewind it. I can, but I'm not. Listen, I'm just going to say it again. A moment ago, it was Harry's fault and his family's fault that Meghan's brand is in the toilet. Blaming someone else's career demise on someone else, a whole family. Fast forward it, and she's doing exactly what she's accusing the royal family of doing. She's trying to tarnish their brand. She's trying to hurt their brand. And she's trying to do evil stuff under the cover without her hands being on it. I said I wasn't going to say anything else about the royal family, but you use your watchdog, your lapdog, as they call him, Obi Scobie, to do your dirty work. And he doesn't care. He's going to get a few bucks from it. Yeah, Kinsley's getting her a copy.
Harry and Meghan's fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, well,
you don't say.
Their last, Scobie's last book, Finding Freedom.
Bank of America recently warned its clients that all checking accounts.
I'm not using my husband's phone anymore.
With Scobie's last book, Finding Freedom, they contributed to it at numerous times, but then denied contributing to it until it came out in a trial that they had contributed to it, and then they said that they had forgotten that they had contributed to a bestseller.
And had to apologize.
Because, I do that all the time.
She lied.
If I leave the house and I'm like, I forgot my keys, I've forgotten that scarf, and I forgot that I contributed to a best-selling international book that was trashing my entire family.
She got caught. That's Meghan getting caught and don't know what to say. Oh, it slipped my mind. I forgot. She remembered when the last time she saw her sister, but she don't remember that book, and it was a few years ago. It's funny how she has selective memory. Hopefully Samantha wake up some of that memory so she can get some of those text messages from Oprah Winfrey, how she was trashing her. I hope something come out about Oprah too. Woo! I'm just saying the truth.
Family. I forgot that just as I forgot my keys.
It was Kate Blanchett, not Angela Bassett.
Oh, Kate Blanchett. All right, they're not very similar.
At all.
Both formidable actresses, but I wouldn't. They're quite difficult to confuse with each
One's
other.
a different color altogether.
I did.
Okay, fair enough. King Charles, of course, still in great pain over the rift with Harry, right?
Yeah, so this is coming from the Daily Mail, and the quotes are
He's upset. Harry, your father is upset because of the rift between you and I that your wife has caused, and it's not trying to help the situation at all. He's upset about it. That sets the tone. He's the king. Period. End of discussion. He's upset about it. He hopes they get it together. They won't. Why would Charles deliberately try to sabotage these two? He has no reason to. He's a king. He has other things to do than to play around with Meghan and Harry's fake shenanigans. And King Charles is not worried about Meghan's career or her brand or what. He doesn't give a care. None of them do.
This is coming from
That's
the
probably why
Daily
it's hard
Mail,
to
and
concept.
the quotes are pretty interesting. It says, "Has His Majesty made mistakes when it comes to parenting? Yes. Would he privately admit he could have done some things better or at least differently? Of course."
You know what? There's no perfect parent. Get the heck out of here with that. Okay? And parents love to be, oh, I did this, I did. It's hard. It is hard, but it's love, it's fun, it's exciting, and it's all of that. And we all make mistakes. I feel like I make them daily. And I have to just, you got to do better. You can do better, you know, for myself. But to say someone is perfect, that's that stupid stuff. And Charles is no better. And look at Harry and Meghan. Listen, they're not this epitome of, ooh, what a parent should be. Milk. We're going on a milkshake run. But you can't see your family.
Privately admit he could have done some things better or at least differently, of course. Yeah. But while I am sure they still don't agree on everything all the time, he and the Prince of Wales are firmly united now around a common shared interest, which is to keep the institution in place where it can serve the nation.
Harry ain't trying to keep the institution together. He didn't even wear his pendant. He didn't even mention anything about he's not supportive. They lied. They need to light a match to that statement that they made. Privacy, and they're going to support. Nope. Light a match to it.
There is undeniable anger at the anguish. The king believes Harry caused the late queen in the last years of her life, not to mention the insults he heaped upon his own wife, Camilla, of whom Charles is understandably protective. But yes, the source...
He's very protective of his queen. You can tell. He puts her on a pedestal, and I love it. She knows her place, and he knows his. There's no, ain't none of that stupid stuff. And she ain't running out doing stupid stuff. She has betrayed herself as a queen. Proud of her. This ghetto crap it's ghetto that she's running around doing is embarrassing. And the way she treated I couldn't believe it. That was some of the most shocking things that I had saw, that she would do it around the Queen's last days. Here's the kicker. Can you imagine all this after Oprah, Spare, even now? Could you imagine the Queen living through this chaotic, disgusting behavior? I just wonder, because it continues.
She said that Charles feels great pain over his strained relationship with Harry, but I love to hear that behind the scenes.
It's like a death in the family. It does. Oh God. I can't sorry, I went to go get something to drink because my throat was getting dry. And so my husband's 50th birthday, I got him those coasters. There's only 2 left. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I'm tired. Oh my God. Okay, so a little bit. Listen, 2 things I want to say real quick. This candy is delicious. Thank you so much for sending this to me. I really ate all. I think I got a lot of bars left. I got a lot of candy. But it is so delicious. Thank you so much for it. I really do appreciate it. I am so sleepy. I've done several videos today. I'm going to put the baby down for a nap. and then I'm going to take a nap. And then maybe we'll get up and go. It's a little cold, so maybe we'll go have lunch or dinner. This is what I want to say. When you lose a family member, in a sense, Harry's not dead. And I don't mean to say it, and I'm going to be very careful. When you are estranged from your family or from anyone or apart, or you break up, it's like a breakup. It's like a marriage being broken up and it's over, a relationship. And that can be very devastating. That's how I believe King Charles feels. Like this relationship is broken. They've broken up. And it's hurtful. And you can't tell me, I would have some resentment against his wife because she the one poisoned him. She poisoned him.
But I love to hear that behind the scenes, he's united with William and focused on the future of the monarchy.
Well, and sometimes that's what it takes, because
And when I saw William get on his knees, kiss his father, that to me was one of the most memorable scenes at the coronation that I will ever see. Because if you think about it, their dynasty is getting bigger, but it's also getting smaller. Because when Queen Elizabeth passed, there's a void there. And Charles knows that he'll never be able to live up to his mother's legacy because she reigned for so long. But his legacy is going to be beautiful. He's doing a great job. But what I thought was wonderful, I saw someone that was human. You know how I think of royals like, oh, they're like these gods. And I still do, kind of. But what I'm trying to say is I saw something soft and warm in King Charles during his coronation. I saw someone humble. And I saw someone really, really wanting to do everything right. Like, he took this oath seriously. And so did William. Because when he got on his knees and kissed his father, to me, that was the most touching, most beautiful moment, because it felt like Charles needed that from his son to just say, listen, I love you no matter what that idiot is over there saying about you in a dumb book. You've always been there for me. You've always been there for us. You're here for us right now. You know, you did what you could do with what you had. And being in the limelight. You know, Catherine is going to try to raise her kids the best possible mom, but she's going to make mistakes. I don't care. We all do, and not just that. Kids are going to start making their own decisions and out in their own minds. But moving back, I just thought that was a very special moment for me with his son and how he said, I'm here for you, Dad. I will never leave you and leave you out here alone to take care of our people. Harry turned his back on his country and his father and his family for a woman. Harry turned his back on his family, his country, his queen for a woman. And recently, the way Harry's been looking, you can't tell me, for some reason, I believe he's sitting there disgusted with himself or feeling some kind of way, like, how the hell did I get into this? He's going to continue to wonder until he gets out. Because he is in an abusive relationship, allegedly.
On the future of the monarchy.
Well, and sometimes that's what it takes, because I think it's fair to say that King Charles has made some terrible mistakes with his children, and, you know, his
And listen to the people that talk about how terrible Charles is, the mistakes he's made with his kids and stuff. You know, I may be too lenient on Charles. I do. I don't give him slack because we're our own critics. And I don't need anyone to tell me how, if I'm doing something wrong each day, because I know. But, you know, on whose perspective do you say that Charles was this bad dad? He's made some mistakes. He had an affair. He's done not, you know, whatever. It goes to show you that there's human things and things that go on in people's lives, and no one is perfect. But then when you change and you become something different because you want that, then there you are. Maghen will never do that. It will always be for self-gratification.
With his children. And, you know...
I'm out of here, guys.
Perhaps lack of...
That's it. I want to say this, that walkabout that they did. Remember the walkabout? Not the walkabout. When Maghen came out with her head up, standing in front of Harry. I'll never get that scene out of my mind. Listen, have a wonderful Sunday. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a bonus video. I know I've been talking a lot, but I've had a lot to say. There's a lot going on, obviously, in the world of behavior. Have a great day, guys. Bye.